Today I'm out here in Three Falls Woods to talk to you about fighting the human tendency to do the natural thing. We're not meant by Christ to be like water that always takes the path of least resistance. A marketing guru for 30 years by the name of Rocine has guided many top companies all over the world into their successes. And surprisingly, he says, now I'm going to quote to you, "I don't believe what people say. My theory is very simple. The reptilian always wins. I don't care what you're going to tell me intellectually. I don't care. Give me the reptilian." Why? Because the reptilian always wins. My experience is that most of the time people have no idea what they're doing and why they're doing it. They have no idea, so they're going to try to make up something to tell you that makes sense. End of quote. The basic idea of this marketing expert is that there's a disconnect between the reasons people give for their decisions that are different than the true inner unconscious reasons. Well, what does the Lord think about all this contradiction between words and concrete action? He said through the prophet Isaiah, "These people come near to me with their mouth, and they honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me." Jesus also tells a parable that expresses a disconnect between the word and deed. It's in Matthew 21, verses 28 to 31. In the parable, a man has two sons who he asks to go and work in his vineyard. But one son says he won't do it. But eventually, he decides to obey his father's call to work. The second son seems so willing when you judge by his words. He immediately says he will go to work, but he never follows through and shows up. The point I want to observe in this parable is that doing the Christian thing often means doing the thing that feels unnatural. Our reptilian response, our gut reaction to the will of God may be aversion. Like the first son who first fought his father's call. "I'm not doing this." His gut reaction was resistance. But his conscience worked on him. So he eventually did the will of his father. It must not have been easy or natural for him. But he overcame his aversion. Like us, when we do the will of God, even though it feels sort of awkward or risky or uncomfortable. The second son said he would answer the call. That was the natural thing for him to say. He wanted to please his father in that moment of face-to-face confrontation, but he felt he needed to say the right thing, quote unquote, and to make his father happy. In the end, though, he continued doing what came naturally to him. He followed the reptilian urge to skip out. Jesus is teaching us that doing the will of God will not come easy to us right away. We may feel an aversion to the will of God. The will of God will not always be the most natural and comfortable thing to do. So let's explore another example of that very thing in home fellowship tonight. Maybe you've already started your conversation and allowing the Word of God to make you feel uncomfortable. Beautiful, huh? In Manlius, New York.